My girlfriend announced on her podcast, "My boyfriend's impotent. Let's discuss why men are so fragile about this." I'm not. 50,000 people heard it. I commented, "Interesting episode." Then I sued her for defamation with medical records proving otherwise. When her podcast sponsors dropped her and her settlement offer wiped out her savings, I, 31 male, was in a meeting when my phone started blowing up. 12 texts in 3 minutes. All from different people. All saying basically the same thing. "Dude, what TFF is wrong with your girlfriend?" Excused myself, checked the texts. Everyone was sending the same link, her podcast. My girlfriend and her 2 friends host this relationship podcast. Gets like 50,000 downloads per episode. 3 sponsors. She makes about $3K a month from it. Always talking about authentic conversations and breaking taboos. Click the link. Episode 184, When Your Man Can't Get It Up, Male Fragility Exposed. My stomach dropped. Put in my earbuds right there in the hallway. Her voice bright and cheerful. "So guys, I need to talk about something. My boyfriend is impotent, like medically cannot perform. And honestly, the most frustrating part isn't the sex, it's how fragile he is about it." Her co-host laughed. "Oh my God, tell us everything. He refuses to even discuss it. We've been together 18 months and I've tried so many times to have an adult conversation about getting help, but he just shuts down. It's textbook toxic masculinity." I stood there frozen. She kept going. Like, "We haven't had sex in a month. A month. Because he can't. And instead of seeing a doctor like a grown man, he just pretends nothing's wrong and gets defensive when I bring it up." 36 minutes. She talked for 36 minutes about my supposed erectile dysfunction. How patient she'd been. How emotionally exhausting it was to date someone so broken and unwilling to fix himself. How women need to stop protecting men's egos. Here's the thing. I'm not impotent. At all. We hadn't been intimate in 3 weeks because she kept saying she was tired or stressed. I'd tried to initiate multiple times. She'd turned me down every time. But apparently, she'd been spinning that into podcast content, and 50,000 people just heard about my alleged sexual dysfunction. Got back to my desk, opened my personal laptop, started searching, found a defamation attorney, free consultation, called immediately, explained the situation while sitting in my car in the parking garage. "Can you prove the statements are false?" he asked. "I can get a doctor's exam. Whatever you need. Do it today. This is actionable, clear defamation. False statements of fact causing reputational harm. But it'll cost you. Retainer is $5,000 up front. When can we file?" "Soon as you get me that medical documentation." "You sure about this? It's gonna get ugly." She told 50,000 people I'm impotent. My coworkers listened to her podcast. My friends just texted me about it. "Yeah, I'm sure." Called my doctor from the car. Explained I needed an emergency appointment and why. Receptionist went quiet for a second, then, "We can fit you in at 4:30. Got the full workup. Physical exam, blood work, the whole thing. Doctor was professional about it, but I could tell she was shocked. Wrote me a letter. Patient shows no signs of erectile dysfunction or related conditions. All tests normal. Drove straight to the lawyer's office. Signed the retainer agreement. Handed over the medical records. "How fast can we move on this?" He smiled. "I can have papers filed by Monday. She'll be served by Wednesday." Good. Got home around 8 p.m. She was there cooking dinner like nothing happened. "Hey babe, how was work?" I set my keys down. "Listen to your podcast today." She froze for a second, then turned around, fake concerned expression. "Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. You told 50,000 people I'm impotent. I didn't use your name. Your Instagram has pictures of us. Your bio says in a relationship. Everyone knows who you're talking about." She crossed her arms. "It's my podcast. I'm allowed to share my experiences." "Your experiences? We haven't had sex because you keep saying you're tired." "Because I can't deal with the pressure of trying when you clearly have issues." "I don't have issues. You made that up." "Oh my God, this is exactly what I was talking about. Male fragility. You can't even admit there's a problem." I grabbed my phone, pulled up my text history, started reading. September 3rd. Me, want to come to bed early? You exhausted? Rain check. September 7th. Me missing you, let's spend tonight in. You long day babe, maybe tomorrow. September 12th. Stop. September 12th. Me, finally home early, you up for? On my period, cramps are bad. She tried to grab my phone, I pulled it back. There's nothing wrong with me. You've been turning me down for weeks, and then you went on your podcast and lied about it to 50,000 people. I didn't lie, I shared my truth. Your truth is a lie, and you monetized it. That's called defamation. Her eyes narrowed. What did you do? Check your podcast comments. Left you one. She grabbed her phone, scrolled, found my comment. Interesting episode. See you in court. Her face went pale. See you in, what does that mean? You'll find out Monday. Are you threatening me? Nope, just stating facts. You defame me publicly. I'm responding legally. She started laughing, like full hysterical laughing. You're going to sue me? Over a podcast episode? Yep. That's insane. What's insane is lying about someone to 50,000 people. What's insane is making money off those lies. What's insane is refusing to take accountability. I'm not taking that episode down. Don't. My lawyer has it downloaded, transcribed, and timestamped. Do whatever you want. She grabbed her keys. You're psychotic. I'm staying at my co-host's place. Cool, I'll have your stuff in storage by Monday. I'll text you the unit number. You can't kick me out. My apartment? My lease? You're not on it? Yeah, I can. She slammed the door so hard the frame cracked. I sat down, hands shaking, called my lawyer. She knows? Yeah, good, let her panic. We serve her Wednesday. Don't contact her until then. Update 1. She got served at her co-host's apartment on Wednesday morning. I know because her co-host immediately posted an Instagram story. My friend is being sued by her ex for speaking her truth. This is what silencing women looks like. The story had 15,000 views in an hour. Comments were split. Half were supportive, half were asking questions. Wait, what did she say? If it's defamation, maybe it's not her truth? You can't just lie about people on podcasts. My phone started ringing. Heh. Blocked. Her mom? Blocked. Her co-host? Blocked. Then came the texts from her co-host's phone. You're suing her? Are you kidding? She's having a panic attack all over a podcast episode. You're literally abusing the legal system. I replied once. All communication goes through my attorney. Contact info is on the lawsuit. Thursday morning, 6:43 a.m. My phone rang. Her dad. I answered. Hello? What the hell do you think you're doing? Aggressive. Angry. Suing your daughter for defamation. Over her podcast? Are you serious? She lied about me having a medical condition to 50,000 people. She made money doing it. Yes, I'm serious. She's devastated. Do you have any idea what you're putting her through? Do you have any idea what she put me through? My coworkers heard that episode. My friends texted me about it. She lied about my body to make content. It's her experience. She has a right to share it. She has a right to share true things. She doesn't have a right to make up lies about someone's medical condition and broadcast it for profit. You're trying to destroy her career. She destroyed my reputation. I'm just holding her accountable. He hung up. Called back immediately. I didn't answer. Friday afternoon. The first sponsor pulled out, the meal kit company. Posted on Twitter, we're discontinuing our partnership with podcast name effective immediately. Her co-host posted, a sponsor just dropped us because a man is mad he got called out. Let that sink in. My lawyer sent them a cease and desist within 2 hours. Stop discussing the lawsuit publicly. Stop making false statements about my motivations. Saturday morning, second sponsor gone. The therapy app, Quiet Exit, just removed their ads. By Monday, all 3 sponsors had pulled out. $3,000 monthly income gone. Her mom called me. I let it go to voicemail. You need to stop this right now. Do you understand what you're doing to her? She's barely eating, she can't sleep, and now she's lost her sponsors, all because your ego can't handle a little criticism. I called my lawyer. Can her mom get in trouble for leaving messages like that? Forward it to me. If she keeps it up, we'll send her a cease and desist too. Tuesday morning, her co-host dropped a new emergency episode, When Men Weaponize the Legal System to Silence Women. Didn't name me directly, but came real close. Talked about how defamation lawsuits are used by fragile men to punish women for telling their truth. How a certain lawsuit was actually about control and abuse. The episode got 73,000 downloads, way more than usual. They were monetizing the drama. My lawyer listened to the whole thing. Called me back. This is witness tampering and prejudicing potential jurors. I'm adding the co-host as a defendant for tortious interference and defamation by implication. Can you do that? Watch me. The co-host got served Thursday. Her Instagram story, I'm being sued now too for supporting my friend. This is insane. Her comment section exploded. Some supporters, but a lot of people were turning. Maybe you shouldn't have made a whole episode about an active lawsuit? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You know you can't just say whatever you want about people, right? Friday morning. Emergency meeting at her lawyer's office. My lawyer got a call. They want to settle, offering $8,000 in a private apology. No. You sure? Settlement saves time and... She lied to 50,000 people. I want a public retraction on her podcast or we go to trial. That's going to cost her everything. The podcast is dead without sponsors. She can't afford. Not my problem. She had options. She could have apologized privately and taken it down when I first asked. She chose to fight. We fight. He called them back. Delivered our counteroffer. $75,000 public retraction episode, admission of falsehood, agreement to never discuss me again. They called it extortionate. We said, see you in court. Update 2 depositions started week 7. My girlfriend had to sit across from my lawyer and answer questions for 6 hours. My lawyer, did you fact-check the statements you made about your boyfriend's alleged impotence? It was my experience. That's not what I asked. Did you verify with medical professionals that he had erectile dysfunction? I don't need a doctor to tell me we weren't having sex. Did he ever tell you he was impotent? No, but it was obvious. Obvious how? We weren't having sex. Did you ask him why? He said he was stressed about work. And you interpreted stressed about work as medically impotent? It was clear what the real issue was. Clear based on what medical training? Her lawyer objected. Didn't matter. The transcript was damning. My deposition was 3 hours, straightforward. Do you have erectile dysfunction? No. How do you know? I got a full medical exam. Doctor confirmed I'm fine, all tests normal. Did you ever tell your girlfriend you were impotent? Never, because I'm not. Why did she think you were? You'd have to ask her. But I have texts showing I tried to initiate intimacy multiple times and she turned me down. Her lawyer tried to argue I was stressed because of sexual issues. My lawyer pulled up my work calendar showing a major project deadline that coincided exactly with the stressful period. We had receipts for everything. Week 10, her co-host did another episode, update on the lawsuit that's trying to destroy us. Cried on mic about legal fees, about lost sponsorships, about how they might have to shut down the podcast, about how this was every woman's worst nightmare. Still didn't admit the original statements were false. My lawyer added more charges. The co-host was now on the hook for defamation too. She took the episode down within 24 hours. Too late. We downloaded it. Week 12. Her mom showed up at my apartment. Building security called me. There's a woman here demanding to see you, says she's your ex-girlfriend's mother. Tell her to leave or you'll call the police. Heard her screaming in the background. He's destroying my daughter's life. Someone needs to stop him. Security escorted her out, filed a report just in case. Got a text from her dad's phone that night. My wife is hysterical. You need to drop this lawsuit. Whatever you think girlfriend did, it's not worth this. I replied, she defamed me to 50,000 people for money. It's worth it. She's broke. The podcast is dead. You've made your point. My point is made when she publicly admits she lied. You're cruel. I'm honest. Maybe you should have raised a daughter who valued that. Blocked him. Week 14. Court-ordered mediation. We sat in a conference room. Her lawyer, her mom, me, my lawyer. She looked horrible. Dark circles, lost weight, hands shaking. The mediator laid it out. We're here because both parties need to understand the costs of going to trial. Legal fees will exceed 6 figures combined. The stress will be significant. I recommend settlement. Her lawyer, my client, offers $35,000 and a statement of regret on social media. My lawyer, no. Full podcast episode, minimum 20 minutes. Public admission the statements were false and $65,000. Her mom lost it. $65,000. She doesn't have that. Should have thought about that before defaming someone to 50,000 people. She's gonna have to borrow from us, from her retirement. You're destroying her financially. She destroyed his reputation, financially. Professionally, socially, turnabout is fair play. The mediator, what if we compromise? $50,000, podcast retraction with specific language admitting falsehood. My lawyer looked at me. I thought about my coworker who'd asked if I needed Viagra samples. Thought about the wedding I got uninvited from. Thought about 50,000 people hearing I was impotent. $55,000. Full episode retraction. Has to say I made false statements. These were not true. I did not verify them. I apologize. And the podcast shuts down permanently after. You can't make me shut down my podcast. I'm not. But you can't afford to run it without sponsors, and no sponsor will touch you after this. So you can shut it down voluntarily as part of settlement, or watch it die slowly while paying me $55,000. Your choice. They caucused for 40 minutes. Came back. Her lawyer, we accept $55,000. Full retraction episode with that specific language. Podcast ends after the episode airs. She never mentions him publicly again. Papers were drawn up right there. She signed, crying. Her mom called me a monster on the way out. I called my brother that night. Think I did the right thing? She lied about you being impotent to 50,000 people. Then fought you instead of apologizing. Yeah, you did the right thing. The retraction episode posted 2 weeks later, 22 minutes long. Her voice flat and defeated. This is my final episode. I need to address something. In episode 184, I made false statements about my then boyfriend. I claimed he was impotent. This was not true. I did not verify this claim. I made assumptions and presented them as fact. I caused significant harm. I apologize. This podcast is now permanently ended. Comments flooded in. Wait, you just lied about him? So you tanked your whole podcast because you couldn't fact check? You deserved this lawsuit. The podcast feed went dark immediately after. Every episode deleted. Her Instagram went private. Her co-hosts went private. My lawyer called. Settlement check cleared. Minus my fees, you're getting $36,500. Final update. 4 months after settlement. Life's back to normal. The $36,500 paid off my car and went into savings. Legal fees were $18,500 total. Expensive, but worth every penny. Heard through the grapevine she had to move back with her parents. Wiped out her savings. She'd spent most of her podcast money on equipment and marketing. Had to liquidate a retirement account to cover the rest. Her parents loaned her $20,000. She's working retail now. Her co-host unfollowed her on everything. The podcast is gone like it never existed. Ran into her mom at a grocery store last week. She saw me, her face went red, and she turned her cart around. Didn't say a word. My coworker who'd asked about Viagra samples approached me last month. Hey man, I heard that podcast thing was all lies. Sorry, I believed it. It's fine. That's why I sued. Worth it? Every penny. Started seeing someone new. Told her about the lawsuit on date 3. She laughed. She lied about you being impotent on a podcast? That's insane. Yeah, good for you for suing. People think they can say whatever they want online. We've been together 2 months. No podcasts. She works in finance. Thinks the whole influencer culture is toxic. My dad asked if I felt bad about the settlement wiping out her savings. That's a lot of money, son. She made false statements about my body to 50,000 people for profit, Dad. Refused to apologize. Fought me every step. I'm supposed to feel bad? He didn't bring it up again. When I learned, people think podcasts don't count as real media. They think it's just friends talking. They forget that 50,000 listeners is bigger reach than most local news stations. She monetized lies about me, refused to admit they were lies, tried to paint herself as the victim when I fought back. Cost her $55,000, her savings, her podcast, her sponsors, her career trajectory. All because she wanted content and didn't think facts mattered. I'm not impotent. Never was. But 50,000 people heard otherwise. At least now there's a public record of her admitting she lied. Worth every penny, worth every stressful phone call, worth every deposition. Some things you don't let slide. Your reputation is one of them. And if someone defames you, sue them, make them prove it. Make them pay. She learned that lesson for $55,000. Hope it was worth the content. My girlfriend announced, I'm moving in with my ex to co-parent better. You'll understand someday. I said, absolutely. Then I helped her pack and drove her there myself. What I left in their mailbox made her ex kick her out within 48 hours. I, 36 male, was with Jessica, 33, for 2 years. She had a 6-year-old daughter, Emma, from her previous relationship with Nate, 35. I loved that kid like she was my own. Tea parties, bedtime stories, the whole deal. 3 weeks ago, Jessica sat me down for a talk. I've been thinking about Emma's well-being, she started. Nate and I have decided it would be better for her if we lived together, for co-parenting. I stared at her. You're joking. I knew you'd react like this. It's not about us, it's about Emma. She needs both parents under one roof. Jessica, we live together. Emma has her own room here. I've been helping raise her for 2 years. She rolled her eyes. You're not her real father, Greg. This is what's best for her. You'll understand when you have kids of your own someday. The condescension. The dismissal of 2 years of 6 a.m. Saturday cartoons, homework help, and Greg, can you check for monsters? The absolute audacity. So you're moving in with your ex. For Emma, it's temporary, just until she's more stable. And our relationship? We can still date. You can visit on weekends. Nate's fine with it. Nate's fine with it. How generous of him. I took a deep breath. You know what? You're absolutely right. This is what's best. When do you want to move? Her face lit up. Really? You understand? Completely. I'll even help you pack. She hugged me, tears in her eyes. I knew you'd come around. You're so mature about this. Yeah, real mature. Update 1. I spent the week being the perfect supportive boyfriend. Helped her pack, organized boxes, even labeled everything. Jessica was over the moon about how understanding I was being. See, this is why I love you, she said while wrapping dishes. You get that modern families are complicated. Absolutely. Hey, what's Nate's girlfriend think about this? Jessica's face darkened. He doesn't have one. We agreed no partners at the house. It would confuse Emma. So you're both single, living together. Co-parenting. It's different. Right, and I can't visit? Not overnight. And maybe not for the first month. Emma needs to adjust. The delusion was incredible, but I kept smiling, kept packing. Moving day arrived. I rented a U-Haul with my own money because I'm just that supportive. Loaded everything up while Nate supervised from his doorway, smirking like he'd won something. Thanks for understanding, bro, he said. Takes a real man to put a child's needs first. Oh, I agree. Children should always come first. He didn't catch the emphasis. Jessica didn't either. After unloading everything, Jessica walked me to my truck. I'll call you tomorrow, okay? We can plan our first date night. Looking forward to it. She kissed me goodbye. Nate watched from the window. I drove away, but not home. I had one more stop, their mailbox. See, while helping Jessica pack, I'd found something interesting in her closet. A folder labeled legal documents. Being the helpful boyfriend I was, I'd made sure to pack it safely. But first, I'd made copies. Lots of copies. The custody agreement from their divorce was fascinating reading. Specifically the part about cohabitation with romantic partners affecting child support payments, and the financial disclosure forms showing Nate owed $18,000 in back support. But the real treasure? Text messages between them from a month ago that Jessica had printed. Why do people print texts? Messages where they explicitly discussed getting back together, but keeping me around for financial stability, since I'd been paying half her rent and buying Emma's school supplies. Nate, just move back in. We'll figure out the Greg situation later. He's too useful right now. Paid for Emma's dance classes for the whole year. Now, what a sucker. Be nice. He loves Emma. Makes this easier. I left copies in the mailbox with a sticky note. Nate, thought you should see what Jessica's been saying about your performance issues to her friends. Also, your ex-wife Carla might want to know about that back child support. Already sent her copies. Good luck with the new roommate, Greg. The performance issues thing? Made that up. But cheaters are always paranoid about what else their partner might be sharing. Update 2. The calls started at 6 a.m. Jessica, what did you do? Good morning to you too. How's the co-parenting going? Nate's losing his mind. He says you sent him something. He won't tell me what, but he wants me out today. That's weird. I just dropped off some paperwork I found while packing. Thought it might be important. What paperwork? Oh, various things. Legal documents, text messages. You really should be more careful with sensitive information. Silence. Then, you went through my things? I was packing them. You asked me to pack everything, remember? I was being thorough. Those were private. Were they? Because Nate seems pretty interested in them now. She hung up, called back 10 minutes later, crying. He's threatening to take me to court, says I violated the custody agreement. By moving in with him? By planning to keep dating you while living with him. Apparently, that counts as cohabitation with a romantic partner. Oh no. Who could have known? You did. You knew, and you did this on purpose. I did what? Share information? I thought co-parents should have full transparency. Isn't that what you told me? She started screaming about betrayal and trust. I hung up. Nate called next. You think you're clever? I think I'm single. My ex-girlfriend just moved in with her ex. How's that working out? She played you for 2 years, man, and you for longer, apparently. Did you know she told her friend group about your crying episode? The one after you couldn't perform? It's not. She said she never told anyone. Check the screenshots I left. Page 3. There was no page 3. But paranoia is powerful. I'm kicking her out. That's between you two co-parents. I'm just a guy who helped his ex move. Have a great day. But the real explosion came from Carla, Nate's ex-wife. She'd received my package with documentation of his back child support and screenshots of him bragging to Jessica about hiding income. She called me that afternoon. Is this real? Every word. Check the metadata on the screenshots if you want. $18,000. That bastard told me he was broke. Apparently not too broke to rent a nice 3-bedroom house for Jessica to move into. Oh, he's done. My lawyer's going to destroy him. Sorry you're dealing with this. Don't be sorry. You're a hero. That money is for my kids' college funds. Update 3. Jessica's world imploded faster than a house of cards in a hurricane. First, Nate kicked her out after finding more evidence I hadn't actually left. His paranoia had him convinced Jessica had been sharing all his secrets with me. She hadn't, but guilty people always assume everyone else is guilty too. She showed up at my door with her car packed full of boxes. Please, I need somewhere to stay. Just for a few days. What happened to co-parenting? He's being ridiculous. He thinks I told you about his private issues. Did you? No, I mean maybe mentioned 1 or 2 things but nothing serious. Sounds like a trust issue between co-parents. Not my problem. Greg, please, I have Emma with me. That hit hard. I loved that kid, but I stood firm. You have parents, you have friends, you made your choice. I chose what was best for Emma. No, you chose to use me as a wallet while planning to get back with your ex. I saw the text, Jessica. Her face went white. Those were taken out of context. He's too useful right now, needs context. I didn't mean it like that. How about, what a sucker? What context makes that better? She started ugly crying. Emma was watching from the car, and I felt terrible for the kid. But enabling Jessica wouldn't help Emma in the long run. There's a motel 2 miles down the road. They have weekly rates. You're really gonna do this to Emma? You did this to Emma when you decided to play games with the adults in her life. Don't put this on me. She left, still crying. Posted on social media about men who punish children for adult problems and fake fathers showing their true colors. My response was simple. I posted the screenshot of her and Nate calling me a sucker with the caption, "When you find out you were just a wallet with legs." PSA. Trust your gut, fellas. Her post disappeared within an hour. Update 4. The legal fallout was beautiful to watch from a distance. Carla's lawyer filed an emergency motion for contempt regarding the back child support. The judge was not amused by Nate's hidden income. He got 30 days to pay the full $18,000 or face jail time. Nate, in desperation, tried to claim Jessica owed half since she'd been benefiting from the arrangement. The judge actually laughed. Sir, you can't retroactively make your girlfriend responsible for your child support. Meanwhile, Jessica's custody situation deteriorated. Since she'd moved Emma out of her stable home, with me, into Nate's house, then into a motel, the court considered her living situation unstable. She called me crying. They're giving Nate primary custody. This is your fault. How is your poor planning my fault? If you hadn't left those papers, if you hadn't tried to play everyone, none of this would have happened. I was trying to do what was best for Emma. No, you were trying to have your cake and eat it too. Now you're choking on it. But the most satisfying moment came from an unexpected source. Emma's school counselor reached out to me. Mr. Greg? Emma's been asking for you. She's allowed to write letters if you're comfortable receiving them. My heart broke, of course. I'd love to hear from her. The first letter arrived yesterday. Dear Greg, Mom says you don't love us anymore, but I don't believe her. Do you still remember our secret handshake? I miss our pancake Saturdays. Love, Emma. I wrote back immediately, careful to keep it appropriate and copy her counselor. Dear Emma, I'll always care about you. I remember our handshake perfectly. Life changes sometimes, but the fun memories stay forever. Keep being awesome. Your friend, Greg. Jessica found out about the letters and went ballistic. Called me screaming about undermining her parenting. You moved in with your ex to undermine our relationship. I'm writing appropriate letters to a kid I helped raise for 2 years. See the difference? Update 5. The grand finale came courtesy of Jessica's own entitlement. Unable to afford a decent place, since she'd been relying on my income, she moved back with her parents. They were less than thrilled to have their 33-year-old daughter and granddaughter crammed into their retirement condo. Her dad, Frank, actually called me. Greg, what the hell happened? Jessica says you sabotaged her co-parenting arrangement. Frank, did she tell you she was planning to date me while living with her ex? What? Did she mention the texts where they called me a sucker for paying her bills? She said those were jokes. Did she mention that she told me I'd never be Emma's real father after I'd been raising her for 2 years? Long pause. No, she didn't mention that. I've got screenshots if you want them. Send them. I did. Frank called back an hour later. I'm sorry, Greg. We didn't raise her to be like this. Not your fault, Frank. You were good to Emma. Hell, you were good to Jessica. She just got greedy. Yeah. The last I heard through mutual friends, Nate had to sell his house to pay the back child support and legal fees. He got supervised visitation only after the court found out about the hidden income. Jessica got Emma back, but has to live with her parents indefinitely. She's working 2 jobs to afford a lawyer to fight for full custody. She tells everyone I'm a narcissistic abuser who manipulated the situation. Nobody believes her after the screenshots went public. Last week, I got one final text from an unknown number. You destroyed my life over pride. I hope you're happy. I responded, I'm not happy or unhappy about your situation. I'm indifferent. You made choices. Those choices had consequences. I just made sure the right people knew about them. Emma misses you. That's manipulation, and you know it. It's true, though. Then maybe you should have thought about that before treating me like a walking ATM while planning your reunion with Nate. I never loved him. I love you. You love what I provided. There's a difference. Please, can we talk? We just did. Lose this number. I blocked it and went back to my life. Started dating a woman named Claire who has no kids, no ex-drama, and pays her own bills. It's refreshing. Final update. It's been 2 months since the mailbox incident. Here's where everyone landed. Jessica is still at her parents' place, working as a receptionist during the day and stocking shelves at night. Her social media is full of inspirational quotes about rising from the ashes and strong single mothers. The comments are mostly empty platitudes from other bitter people. Nate is living in a studio apartment, wages garnished for child support. His ex-wife Carla sent me a thank you card with a Starbucks gift card and a photo of her kids at Disney World with the note, "The back support paid for this. Thank you for having more integrity than their father." Emma? That still hurts. The counselor says she's doing okay but misses the stability. I've kept all her letters and wrote back when allowed, always appropriate, always copied to the counselor. Jessica tried to stop it, but the court said maintaining positive relationships was in Emma's best interest. Some of my friends said I went too far. You didn't have to nuclear option it, they said. But here's the thing. I didn't create the nuclear option. Jessica did when she decided to move in with her ex while keeping me as a backup plan. Nate did when he hid income from his kids. I just made sure the truth came out. Was I petty? Absolutely. Was I wrong? I don't think so. Jessica wanted to have it all. The ex, the boyfriend, the financial support, the emotional backup plan. She gambled on me being too nice to do anything about it. She lost. The funniest part? About a month ago, Nate tried to reach out to Bro Bond over being played by the same woman. She used us both, man. We should get a beer and compare notes. Nate, you called me a sucker. You were actively planning to use me with her. We're not bras. We're not anything. You both got exactly what you deserved. Come on, water under the bridge? The bridge you both set on fire? Pass. He called me various names and hung up. Looking back, the red flags were there. The way Jessica always compared me to Nate. The way she'd text him constantly about Emma stuff that didn't require immediate responses. The way she'd light up when he picked Emma up, then complain about him the second he left. I was useful. That's all. But hey, at least I helped Emma with her multiplication tables. Taught her to ride a bike without training wheels. Made her laugh with my terrible dad jokes. Those memories are real, even if Jessica's feelings weren't. To everyone asking if I regret it? No. They conspired to use me. I exposed them. Actions have consequences. And to Jessica, since I know you still cyberstalk me, yes, I kept the receipts for everything I bought Emma. No, I'm not seeking reimbursement. They were gifts to an innocent kid, not investments in your con game. But next time you tell someone they're not a real parent, remember that real parents don't use their kids as manipulation tools. Claire thinks the whole story is insane. Who moves in with their ex while dating someone else? Someone who thought they found a sucker. Did they? For 2 years, yeah, but suckers learn. We're taking a cooking class together. No drama, no schemes, no secret texts with exes, just normal, boring, healthy relationship stuff. It's nice. Oh, and Nate's house that he had to sell, the one Jessica was so excited to move into? I drove by last week. There's a rainbow flag in the window and a love wins sign in the yard. The new owners seem nice. Karma's funny like that.